Welcome everyone to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. I'm your host, Ale Wolf, gentleman streamer, the excellence of in execution, Beer Goggles 21, and welcome back to another week. It seems like somehow we managed to make it as a species. Imagine that. Welcome, friend of the stream, Rio de Lobos. How have you been? Yeah, it's been a kind of a crazy week. I feel you can probably hear it, but I am a bit under the weather. It's just a bit of congestion, and so longtime fans of the stream might recall. Well, Ales, you just played Super Metroid a few days ago. Why are you playing this again? You're on this weird rotation that nobody really cares for. I thought you would be playing Radical Dreamers. Well, the thing is, Radical Dreamers is 95% reading text, and so if I were to just start reading, my voice would probably give out halfway. So I thought, you know what, maybe let's not do that for a while. Yeah, it's Radical Dreamers, and that's just a small pitch here. It's the middle title between Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. But yeah, it's a very interesting game. It's a text-based game made for the Super Nintendo, only released in Japan. But yeah, having deliberated all that, I just thought, you know what, let's do Super Metroid. It's kind of a quiet game. It's a cozy game. I've been feeling like I wanted to play it again, so why not? Everyone loves a good Super Metroid. The other thing that you might notice is simply the fact that generally I do my retro streams late at night. But last week I had a bit of sparks, realization. Yeah, that's the word that I was looking for. You know what? People who watch my retro streams, the few times that I've played them in the morning, it seems like I get slightly more audience, and so maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll switch my retro block, aka the Retro Rathskeller, to Thursday afternoons, and I think we're gonna try this for a while, and hopefully you enjoy. Epiphany is a much better word. I will certainly grant you that. Thank you very much for the suggestion there, Rio de Lobos. Clearly I should have you as my stenographer. But yeah, so that is that. Oh, and sorry I missed that message. If you ever wonder when I'd be streaming, I think I generally keep my schedule pretty much up to date within a few days time. If you follow me on Twitter, I kind of tend to post it on Wednesday nights as well. Um, Also, there's no point in following me on Twitter. I barely say anything of worth. Kind of just like people's posts. Um, but before we get on with the show, let's see what's actually on tap today. And this one is a Tout Le Monde, which is a Belgian-style saison ale from Unibrow. Our friends at Unibrow in the in the north of North America, aka Canada. This one is a saison, aka a farmhouse ale, and that's one too many AKAs from me in the same period of time. It's a 4.5% alcohol, and just look at the bottle artwork there. It's kind of like some sort of a I want to say it's like a skull, and I'm twisting the bottle in a very strange way. It's like a skull, a robot skull, and yeah, it's like a bartender. I have no idea what the thought was behind that, but it certainly caught my eye when I was walking by the beer aisle. I've had this one before, though, not necessarily on this account. I think that a cyber tender is actually makes a lot of sense. Now that I think about it, a cyber tender sounds like something that you would order from a futuristic McDonald's location in some sort of a cyberpunky kind of world. Like, give me a pack of 6 cyber tenders, please. But yeah, so what exactly is a saison, and what's a farmhouse ale? So they're actually the same thing. A saison is a style that originated in Belgium, of all places. If you've been following this stream long enough, you know that I favor a lot of things from Belgium. It's essentially a blonde ale that is spiced, and it's got this rich history behind it. Essentially, it grew out of farms where you would harvest the wheat and the barley, and then at the end of the season you would have the dregs of that crop, and so you would simply turn them into beer, because what else are you going to do with them? And then they'd be ready by next summer. And so the beer was actually known as the beer of the season, aka saison. And yeah, you would drink it on a hot summer day after doing all your farming. Imagine that, having to farm to sustain yourself. Not the type of job that I would very much enjoy. I have very, very frail muscles. But yeah, that's what it is. It's a blonde ale. Sometimes it has wheat, as some Belgian beers have. It's a little frothy. I like to think that it is as fruity of a beer as it gets without actually adding any fruit to it. So very refreshing, very light in alcohol. If you just want to have a sip and stay functional, I certainly recommend that style. Let's go ahead and pour this guy. And actually, before we do that, let's actually see what Untapped has to say on the issue before we actually taste it. All right. Well, that's a lot of French that I didn't expect. Cette bière rend hommage à la mythique Union Davy Mustaine du groupe Megadeth. You know what? Let's switch it up. Brewed in honor of the friendship and mutual passions of Megadeth's Dave Mustaine and Unibrow's brewmaster Jerry Vietz, and inspired by the most popular hard rock song to feature a chorus sung entirely in French, a Tout Le Monde ale is dedicated to all the friends of heavy metal music and Belgian-style ales in Quebec and throughout the world. The label proudly features a symbol that is synonymous to Megadeth, their well-known mascot, Vic Rattlehead. Well, I guess that's the identity of the cyber tender there. Oh, no worries, I wasn't going to. That was just a bit. I wasn't going to read the whole thing in French. I think I can read French, but understand it, completely different matter. So that's what Untapped has to say on the issue. I guess it gives us a little bit of a history of what prompted them to actually get this beer. Let's go ahead and taste it, because that's really what we've been waiting for here. Let's go ahead and open this. I feel like 80% of the things that I drink and I drink on stream are probably cans, so it's kind of rare for me to actually pour bottles, but here we go. And we got nothing but a standard pint glass today. Probably should have cleaned it a bit more, but that's history for you. That's right, because Ales doesn't just try to drink from fancy beer glass. Sometimes he just needs a good old standard pint. And so, like I said, very frothy. I can already smell some good tangy nose, and again, kind of a sudsy aroma to it. Fang and ale, dear viewer. And the first thing that hits you, I want to say, is the rich spices. It's got some very nice tangerine flavors, I want to say. It is much lighter. It is probably as light as a Pilsner, or a lager, perhaps. And certainly the bubbliness of the body is actually quite powerful. It's almost as if the brew itself dances with your tongue. I like it. Yeah, it's I want to say maybe like a tangerine pop with an alcoholic kick, some spices to boot, perhaps some coriander there as well, and really no bitterness to speak of. So I really like this saison. I don't know that I favor too many saisons that are not from Belgium, but Unibrow always does fine work, and I love them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a very quick 2-minute break. I'm gonna update the ticker for us. I'll enter my untapped entry, and I'll be back on the other side of this break with Super Metroid. Alright, and let's go ahead and turn up the volume on this guy. Nice. So, oh right, and we still need the audio on the stream. That's a little bit better. We're doing it, guys. We're actually there. So, last time I was playing Super Metroid, I think I'm supposed to start from the last save state that I did. Let me look at my notes. Because I play so many games on stream, I honestly have to like write notes for myself because I, honest to goodness, don't actually remember what I was doing. Okay, it says Super Metroid, start from save state. Thank you, past me. You have saved me. Alright, let's see. And so the last thing that I had actually done was defeated Ridley. And what I was doing was trying to go back through some of the older maps so that I could pick up stuff that I had missed before, and at the same time make my way to that room with all the 4 statues of the 4 enemies, 4 main bosses of the game, with the idea that maybe that it would unlock something now that I have defeated all of them. If no one got you, your past you got to you sometimes. See, I like to believe that, but I feel like a lot of the time my past self has generally betrayed myself because my present self constantly says, you know what, let future me handle it. And that's always a dangerous gambit, but maybe your mileage may vary, Rio de Lobos. Okay, let's see, where am I on the map? So I'm in Brinstar, which is a nice cozy place. Nothing too crazy to worry about. And what's wrong, buddy? You alright? As usual, crazy boy Churro. Always the agitated one. That's future me's problem, is definitely how I live life. Yeah, it's very difficult not for me to want to save some of those problems for times when I think I'm gonna do better. And unfortunately, the hard truth is just most of the time I'm less equipped to handle a problem than when I originally encountered said situation. And said situation is a sad situation. Hey, relax. Can you stop messing around? Crazy boy. It's not the most productive though. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Okay, so now I'm back in Criteria. And I guess this is... I assumed that I was going to go back to Criteria, which is why I named this particular stream Homecoming. I wanted to see if there was anything that I could do messing around with the ship or things like that. And maybe check out the wreck ship for a hot minute just to see if I could do anything that I wasn't able to do the first time around. And I believe that statue that I mentioned is probably in this location. I'll check it out as well. No, definitely not the most productive. Now that I've got my cool X-ray, for some reason I was going to say rated R. That doesn't make any sense. I've got nothing rated R on me. And always drink water, folks. Like Kitana once said, it is the element which brings life. I always wonder what the purpose of these guys were. Hydration brings salvation. That's words to live by. That almost sounds like somebody in a, what do you call it? Never mind. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. It is this early in the day and I have lost my speech. Okay, and like I said, trying to explore locations that I knew I messed through before. You know, that actually just random noises in the thing that is triggering Wild Boy Churro is just the fact that I think somebody's doing like very specific yard work or doing something outside the neighbor's yard. And it just brings to mind the fact that I was earlier watching a YouTube video about the creepiest things. Oh, here we are. See, this is what I was talking about. Though, gotta love those 16-bit sounds. And so this is gonna open some magical door, right? But I still don't want to go there. I wanna explore stuff that I may have missed. See, so it goes down. Like I said, we're gonna save that for later. We might go there by the end of the stream, but not yet. Like Maximus's friend said at the end of Gladiator, but not yet. But yeah, so I was watching the YouTube video, and it was it was a listicle, of course, from Watch Mojo, which I kind of hate to watch, but sometimes it's interesting. Creepiest moments on stream, caught on stream. And a lot of them, I feel, were just moments where streamers were doing something. They were probably popular streamers, and they, like, a door opened behind them most of the time, and generally was somebody playing a prank on them, but the idea was that perhaps their streams were haunted in some sort of way. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? Wait a second, what do you mean I guess I missed the reference there, Rio de Lobos. What do you mean by that? And then some of the other videos were just about streamers out and about and being chased by random people, which could be dangerous, of course. Smash Mouth song reference. Man, I must have missed it. Clearly, I'm not a very keen follower of Smash Mouth's music. It's from Shrek. Oh, okay. See, you said that, and because of course you know that I would know Shrek more than Smash Mouth. I probably know the line. I probably just have to hear it then. All right, nothing to see here. So anyways, the final thing I wanted to say about that video is I actually didn't even finish it because I felt like it was gonna be just random things like that. I honestly thought that I was going to watch something regarding like, oh, this very strange thing happened to a streamer and it has never been explained or something like that. But clearly it was not. Okay, and where are we now? Very close to our ship. Speaking of Shrek, I know that franchise doesn't have any more numbered titles, but I did hear that they have like a Puss in Boots. I don't even know how you pronounce that. Puss in Boots, like subset of movies starring, of course, Puss in Boots. I always thought that was I've never actually seen any of it, but I wonder how good they are. And I did hear that the most recent one, at least, had to do with the fact that he was going to lose all his 9 lives. Okay. Never hurts to save. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. I want to see it. Yeah, I think, so have you seen any of the other Puss in Boots? I feel like I keep bouncing between both pronunciations. Is it Puss? Okay. Nope, you have not. Well, at least I heard a few good reviews online that said that it was a good movie. No idea what it looks like. Speaking of movies though, that Super Mario movie's coming out, or it came out. I'm sure some people have already seen it. I haven't seen it myself because I haven't been to a movie theater in a while. But that is something I'm eager to check out. Where are we? That just goes back to Brinstar. I think I need to go that way. This sort of room used to be so difficult back in the day. By now I can more or less one-hit everything. That's the power of growing up, as they say. Nothing to see here, folks. And it looks like I only need 2 more energy tanks to get all the ones that I can possibly get. I'm actually not using a guide for this particular run. I feel like probably don't need to 100% this particular game. It seems to be quite challenging if I were to try to do that. Growing up is lame. I happen to agree. So back when I was a wee child, a baby Ailes, if you will, I think one of the things that I remember most strikingly is the fact that my uncles or my grandparents always used to ask me things like, oh, do you want to grow up? What do you want to do when you grow up? And my response was always that I didn't want to grow up because it meant that I would have to do a lot more chores and responsibilities and work. And I thought that completely rings true today. That is exactly what I don't care for. I know I have to do it. I know I have a duty to, pay bills and work around the house and things of that sort. But I always thought that I was just slightly more clever than other kids my age, simply because they would always say, yeah, I want to grow up and do this and do that and have all this freedom. And I was like, nope, I kind of just want to stay exactly where I am. Thank you very much. And then, of course, I stopped being very... And that was probably the last time I was ever smart. I hate these things. About the same. Well, clearly great minds think alike, Rio. What is in here? I guess at this point, really, the time that I can hope for or actively look for is like when I finally retire. Whenever that happens, who knows when that'll happen, who knows if I'll ever reach retirement age. But I feel like if like you told me right now, you know what, you are retired, you no longer have to work for like an income and things of that nature, that I would just have so many things to do with my time, which is weird because I feel like people in the generation above from me, every time they retire, or at least the times that I have seen people retire, they're always just like bored and not they don't really want to do too much of anything, and it's kind of sad. And like my parents are like that because I almost feel like they never had any hobbies and they never like cultivated like friendships and things like that. Whereas I kind of just feel like it would be so nice to have all this extra time to just like, even if I didn't have friends, I would just like work on myself and like play my entire backlog of things. Except that I felt the clock of time looming over me to taunt me. I see. That's actually a very poetic way of seeing your predicament at that point. Yeah, it's difficult, but time does move forward. Yeah, it's certainly one time to live. Alright, and we're back home. Or at least the closest thing to home, our ship. It's essentially what our generation strives for. Yeah, I agree. I would like to know like what exactly made it so that most people of this generation think like that. That it makes it so different than people in an older generation. And I guess we do have a few more commodities, and we have like exposure to like the World Wide Web, and so we can actually see what's happening around the world, and maybe we want to just like try to experience some of that. At least that's how I feel about it. Parents not being home a lot. Yeah, absolutely. Wow, so the first time I was here, I couldn't do this screw attack, which allows me to go all the way up. Now here to uncover all the mysteries of what was up here. Clearly nothing except a wall ceiling, an invisible wall of some sort. Well, that was a time well spent. And knowing there's more to life. Yeah, absolutely. Like, just trying to find out that there's more things than my town and the people that I knew. And like, different foods and different cultures. These are all things that you could never experience in one lifetime. And so we try to grasp at the small inklings of freedom that we do get to try to make that a sort of a reality, I think. Emptiness, that is what I found. That is what I found. Alright, clearly there doesn't seem to be much of anything here. How big is this room? Unless there's something brand spanking new in the middle, I think I need to move on. Carpe diem. Oh, what is that one? Seize the day? I often get my Latin phrases confused. Okay, thank you for the confirmation there, Rio de Lobos. Yeah, there's nothing here. Alright, good times. I can finally sleep at night knowing that there was really nothing that important in this part of the map. Alright, what about here? Oh, this is the same location. Oh, but there was like a tiny room up there. How do you get... Let's let the X-ray machine tell us. But if I could just... Oh, there we go. Seems like I've already been here, though. I can't imagine that it's anything too surprising. Huh. So a room full of that acid gas that I actually can't step on. Nothing special here. These guys just keep popping up like punks. Alright. Clearly I have wasted my time and I already did this. But that's okay. Backtracking is the name of the game in the Ails and Fails Twitch stream. Or rather, failing. Then second to that, backtracking. Alright, let's move on to the next room. Still enjoying a delicious saison. Now saisons are making a comeback, I heard. Almost like a saisonazance. Ah, that one never lands. Nice. And I guess there was something here at some point. Yes. Voila. but it looks like I have also been here before. This also goes to Brinstar, but what part of Brinstar? Every once in a while in one of these elevator rooms there's a secret passage. So sometimes I just want to make sure that I check it out. No, and I think I'm pretty familiar with this location. Yeah, this is on the way to Meridia. And there was that boss over there. I think I'm good here. I think we can come back. Let's go to that wreck ship. And I guess we can also stroll by Meridia, which is the stuff of nightmares. I think I probably spent about 3 or 4 sessions going through Meridia. And it was such a pain in the butt. And there's our next destination. The final destination. Well, there seems to be like you can actually break these if you hang on to them enough. Okay. Oh, won't they actually stay broken? For such things, always activate a super bomb. But I guess not. And there's that cough. Okay. Nothing more but phallical life forms underwater. Nothing to see here, folks. And there's like a little maze up there, from what I can tell. Of course, if I could navigate using the screw attack properly, I might just be a little more satisfied here. The funny thing is I probably tried this once before. So there's an entire platform. Ooh, and there's a door there that's not open. Okay, so that must be something. And there's nothing there. How to get up there? There's a missile upgrade hiding in plain sight. I doubt that defeating all the enemies will open the doors, but since I'm here... Also, I don't know if that means also defeating the little platformer guys. Platformers? Alright, what is this? Oh, this is the wreck ship. But if I go this way, can I actually go up? And I remember the first time that I came here and how everything looked haunted, and we had like ghosts popping up every once in a while. That was a little frustrating. Like, oh yeah, you can just destroy the whole thing. It's always interesting whenever like sci-fi does a take on ghostly stuff. And those guys are tough. Oh right, I forgot the dripping energy. More looks like a mad laboratory than anything else. I don't actually know what a mad laboratory means, but... Okay, so we're back in Criteria. Every time I say that, I want to say Criteria. I was actually I was watching the other day this not a few days ago, but probably like a few months ago, this show called what is this? Oh, this is different location. The show about dating, this reality show about dating called Indian Matchmaking. And as you can imagine, it focused on Indian couples, and I thought it was a lovely show. You know, if you're into that sort of reality TV show. But anyways, I always thought it was one of the things that one of the main characters of the show, which was the matchmaker, she would always ask, "What's your criteria?" to the people, and of course they would always answer to her with very wild things like, "Oh, I want the perfect person who is funny but smart and also successful." And yeah, it was always just like the answer to this question is never going to provide anything particularly useful, but it is a starting point. Why can't I go? Maybe it's from the other side. Yeah, I think it makes sense that it's probably from the other side. Whatever it is, I've already gotten, so yeah. Okay, so let's go. Let's continue exploring this area. Anyways, the reason why I even bring this up is because it reminds me of that word. Criteria reminds me of criteria. Criteria. Alright, so we were just here. And of course, what starts happening is my screw attack muscle just starts failing. And sometimes it just works beautifully like that. I think I probably just have to stop using the control pad, because as you can see, if I just press it at any cadence, it works fine. Maybe it was just me going left and right that stopped me from using it properly. This is kind of silly, isn't it? It's like, oh, you could have done this entire time. Oh, come on. Why Why do you hurt me, Super Metroid? Alright, let's see if there's an entry point here. Find and you shall seek. Ah, it's one of these recharge stations. AKA an air hole. I've recently learned that's what they're called. Wait, but what about that side over there? There you go. This is what I wanted to play in. Okay, gotta make sure that I don't randomly fall into the lower screen again. I think that's as far as that goes. What are we missing here? Okay, what if I super bomb it? Okay, so a few more passages opened on that away. Might as well just bomb everything, because clearly I'm not getting the point here. Somebody's currently watching this and saying, "Ale, you fool, why don't you do the thing that is supposed to reveal everything?" And they're folding laundry and they're just like, why am I even watching this stream? Hey. See, this is what we call the fortuitous. Look at that. Now that's a beaut. Let me use my... just in case I don't randomly fall into a trap. See, that's what would have happened. I would have just fallen into the screen below. Change to view my phone. Oh hey, appreciate you're still watching, Rio. As you might recall, not the greatest content, but I certainly appreciate you using your battery life on this this show. By the way, actually, now that I remember, I think it was something like I was once playing Hades, and you suggested that you were thinking about doing a stream. Did that ever happen? Of course, I could be thinking about somebody completely different, and I apologize if that was the case. Not yet. And of course, I'm not in any sort of way suggesting, oh, hey, where's that stream or anything like that. I was just curious. Always fun to check out some cool content. Let's try to get out of here without actually dropping down all the way below. Doesn't seem like it might actually happen. Hey. Okay, so I think I need to return that. Huzzah. Okay, so we got one more missile, which is good. And then what was down here again? I should, but things have been turbulent on my end. Hey, totally understand that. I feel like when I first started streaming, when I decided to start streaming, it was literally the first 3 months I didn't do it because obviously, number one, I needed to get like proper equipment. I still don't have proper equipment, by the way, but it was like getting something better than my crappy camera, and getting something better than my headphones with a microphone. And then it was just like the idea of like, well, why am I doing? How is this any different than anything that anyone else is doing out there, sort of thing. And then of course, even after thinking about that, it was also just like things like, well, when do I actually have time in my life to do this consistently, right? I literally had no time when I thought about doing it, and I still have no time. But it was the sort of thing where I had to like move a bunch of things around, and it's only literally been recently where it's been stable, because the first few times it was just like, oh, at random hours. But yeah, everybody's different, and then everybody has different responsibilities, so I totally get that. Oh, geez, what is this place? Alright, let's try to... Look at that. Smooth like butter. Again, if I don't move that control pad, it looks like everything is okay. Right, and then if you turn into a ball... I remember this. Every time one of these Chozo statues starts up, it is kind of just freaky. And let's switch around that camera that's a bit better. Alright, and it seems like we have made it. And I think there's a map below us as well. Just want to check out whatever it is we left, though. Oh. Alright, this. There's one of these robots, of course. These bouncy robots. If anybody saw the old Lost in Space show from like the 40s or the 50s, the robot that used to say, "Danger, Will Robinson," that's what these things remind me of. I don't even know if anybody remembers the catchphrase, "Danger, Will Robinson." Oh, Will Robinson. And I can only assume I've already been here. Right, so this is one of these run puzzles. A run puzzle. What is even a run puzzle? Nice. And of course that's how we got that thing, and then we go all the way back down. I must have been happy the first time I did that. Sorry. Oh, I shouldn't waste super bombs on nonsense. Yeah, never heard of it, sorry. No, like I said, that's a very old-timey thing. Like when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of what is this channel called? Nick at Night, which was like Nickelodeon, which was the kids channel, but at night they would show like really old stuff, and I just watched a lot of it. Oh, and that explains that location. There we go. Okay, so we picked up one more missile upgrade. Let's go check out the wreck ship one more time. One more time, like Daft Punk once said. And then we'll explore Meridia one more time as well. And then let's go ahead and move on to the place with all the boss statues. Yeah, let's go ahead and save for good measure, why not? It's always safe to be safe. What did the old band used to say? It's no better to be safe than sorry. Take on me. Alright, let's get out of here. Gee, I was just about to take a sip of water and the thing just came flying at me. I feel like there are instances where I just decide to go grab a swig of something, and that's essentially when things are coming right at me. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Wonderful. I should just... Okay, just go for it. What's the point? It was never gonna be great. It was never gonna be flashy. And there's some spark juice over there. Probably need to start watching my health. I might have a lot of it, but once the wrong enemy type hits, it's all over. Ooh, new door? Oh, wait a second. Oh, I see. Not a new door, actually. Just our way out back into criteria. But what's your criteria? Just a second here. Speaking of my Twitter, I certainly wish it every once in a while, like I get a random follower, right? Which, you know, great. And every single time, I want to say 90% of the time, it is always a person trying to sell Twitch-related art. I'm glad that this is how you find business, and I'm sure that it has worked for you a number of times. But and you know, good for you if that works for you. You're not like messaging me or harassing me, which is great. But the thing that I always find just a little bit is just the fact that I kind of just get this joy of like, oh hey, a new follower, awesome, and then it's not really a new follower, and it just like brings me down. And you know, that's a first world problem, to be sure. But yeah, it would be nice to have real friends. All right, what's in here? I wonder if we destroy these grappling places. I've had that happen to me too. Yeah, and it kind of just makes you feel empty, like and maybe it's because I'm not on the other side of the equation where like I'm not a popular person that would just get follows, and maybe if I got a bunch of people trying to follow me simply because they wanted to sell something, then it wouldn't mean that much to me. But because I guess I am new to the business, it kind of just feels very significant. Again, this is just a very personal problem that I'm sure most people don't have, and I guess you suggest that you have experienced something similar like that, Rio. So yeah, it's just a little bit annoying. It's a little frustrating. But yes, I am glad if you guys out there doing that sort of thing are making good money doing that. Very important to support the creative arts. Alright, how do I avoid all of these? Okay. I think we probably explored the most of the wrecked ship at this point. It is actually a very tiny stage. Maybe we'll just go down, all the way down for kicks, but like I said, I don't think that there was anything left that we didn't really uncover. I'm a bit jealous of those who can get business. I'd love to work from home. No, absolutely. It would be nice to actually be able to stably work from home. Back during the height of the pandemic, my job did have a what do you call it? A partial work from home thing where you would go to work like 75% of the time, and then 25% of the time you would actually just work from home on like different projects and things like that. And that was nice, and it was a nice balance, and certainly something that I wish we could go back to. I feel like we still need something like that. But you know, just waking up and knowing that you don't have to rush and like get dressed and take a bath, drive, and you would still be doing the same exact thing that you would be doing. It's just that you actually had the option to do it from home. That was nice. That is certainly something I wish I had more stably. Alright, and whatever was here, we've already gotten. Nothing to see here, folks. This place actually reminds me just a little bit of the future 2380 in Chrono Trigger. Ooh, look at that. I don't know that we've hit this place. Did we actually encounter a new location? Yes, we did. Oh! Something is firing at me. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Back off, homeboy. Okay, but now I have to dodge it, right? Can you walk faster? Okay. Clearly I have to uncover something here. Okay, there's a few gaps. But which one leads to the right door? There you go. I guess let's start with the lowest one and work our way up. No escape. Okay, let's try the second one. Ooh, hey, what is super missile upgrade? Look at that. Okay. Didn't expect that. Like I said, honestly, what I really want is some energy tanks, but I will take the super missiles. I think that they have been like a lifeline in boss battles. That is essentially where super missiles shine. I think there's like worth 5 standard missiles, which is kind of crazy. Alright, so now we try to go back. It's gonna be annoying with these chumps. Come on. Come on, Sonia, give me a break. Okay, let's find that save room. Let's go all the way to the bottom first, and then see if there's anything else that's left. It's like the Goldilocks zone here. Right, and I think this is probably, this is very much likely the door down. Very likely the door, yeah, it was obviously the door down. Right, so do are these things the actual things that are firing? It seems like it. Hmm. Yeah, so we've been here before. Okay, let's get out of here. Get all of these energy sparkles. I always find it funny that those enemies are supposed to be some sort of molecules or something like that. Like if you ever went to like a chemistry class back in the day, they would give you these plastic models of like what like water molecules look like, or proteins or things like that. And of course, atoms and molecules are incredibly tiny, and yet you that is the idea behind those enemies, which are the size of like basketballs. All right, let's go. Can you? Alright, I think we'll make our way back out to Crateria. Why do I keep doing that? Jeez. These guys just go right through walls. So that's the way up. Let me go ahead and save, just for good measure. Okay, and I'll go ahead and take a quick break. I gotta take the boys out so that they do their business, and I've gotta do my business as well. So I'll see you in about 5 minutes or so. Stay tuned. Let's go. Okay, and we are back. Thank you very much, everyone, for sticking around. We're in the middle of our Super Metroid playthrough. Like I said, we are backtracking through some familiar locations to see if we missed anything that we might be able to get with our new powers. Still enjoying a Saison. This one is called a Toulemont. Very, very refreshing beer. It's so refreshing that it's got me a little bit chilly, and I had to turn on the heater on the room. So there's that bit of info for you. But without further ado, let's just go back to the game. Okay, I think I'm trying to adjust my audio levels here. All I hear is like the laser, the weird vibrating laser sound, and some static. That is one of the features here of the wrecked ship. It's got like this atmospheric, like computer in distress sound. And I think in order to go back, yeah, we have to go all the way down into the right. And like I said, the last thing that we will probably do before moving forward is visit Meridia once more. Oh, come on. There's no way to win this particular room. It's very annoying. I've got a case of the foggies. Nothing like the soggies though. You know, I think it would be nice if there was some sort of piece of material that showed you what the wrecked ship looked like before it was wrecked. Like, at least the outside. That would be interesting to see. Kind of looks more like a space station than anything else. Okay. And of course, this is where the enemies from Meridia start popping up more. The thing about these enemies is that they're all largely marine life themed. I feel like most of the enemies in Super Metroid are themed after reptiles or insects. And of course, sea life. And that's really what Meridia shines. It is a completely underwater level. I don't know that there was much to uncover here, but I'll see what's on the ceiling regardless. No, it doesn't seem like much of anything. Just wondering if there's anything on the floor though. It would be kind of heinous if they decided to have like secret doors along the bottom of this area that nobody would have actually think about looking through. But this was the Super Nintendo era, of course, and secrets were not necessarily apparent. They didn't even need to give you a guide that there was a secret. One of my favorite games, what is it, Super Mario RPG, some of its best secrets were actually, there was no way that you would know that unless you read it from a strategy guide or somebody told you about it. And maybe some of that was also Square. I feel like at least in early RPG, Square was very cryptic about its most coveted secret items and boss battles and things like that. I should fix my... Good posture is essential, folks, especially when you're doing this for a few hours. Ah, all the fleas. What the purpose of those are other than blocking your way, because you can honestly just get by with skipping the whole of them. Like, I can be right here and nothing happens. But then it just starts shedding those fleas. Maybe it's actually just for the purpose of recharging. I guess I don't disagree with that. Okay, let's go back to Meridia. The worst place on Earth. Interesting that you would just randomly have these passages here. Let's actually just use the X-ray. Ah, come on. These guys. You guys. So there's no actual way to get there without... Right, and then that does that. So how to get there? Okay, so there's a whole area there. And I feel like the secret was up there somehow. Okay, stand up. Maybe I'll just super bomb and see what happens. No, that didn't do anything. So maybe if I bomb while ball form, I'm assuming the super bomb doesn't clear those, huh? I guess we could waste one more set. No. The only thing that can take those down is weight. And before I slide through here, no. I like how they designed this area to just the whole thing be like a giant fake out. I don't like it, but I don't know how to express myself better than that. Okay. Okay, so that is how you would come back from that. And there's something there, potentially. Some energy for our troubles. So what was the whole point of this? That's how you get down there, sure. always go to the left and then down. So that was it. It was just progression. Imagine that. I honestly thought that there was like a giant puzzle here somewhere. Okay, fine. Fine, let's just keep going. It's the same way to go to one place or the other. And of course, this was the other hole there. So no matter which route you took, you would land at this exact same location. Let's go to Meridia. Fang a nail. Like I said, Meridia was definitely not one of my favorite locations, and I must have spent 3 or 4 streams just wandering around in it. Half of that was just trying to navigate through the water-filled locations. There's just a bunch of routes that are exactly one way. And so they did provide a lot of trouble. I know specifically that in this area right here, there's like 1 or 2 upgrades that I was not able to get on my own. And maybe that might be a good reason to go back in that location. We will see. We will see. And it is a beautiful day to save. And stay safe, folks. Nothing to see here. A lot of the walls just also remind me of the old backgrounds from Super Mario Brothers 2, like specifically in the desert levels where you had to dig down. That's what that sand color reminds me of. Just run through everything. Ooh, ha, caught the thing before it got me. And of course I can keep going down that chute. But I choose not to. I made a conscious decision and chose not to. Okay. So there's a couple of ways I could either keep going this direction and then down, or I could go down and then this direction. Neither is really that pretty. I guess I'm already here, so might as well just keep moving to the right. Reach that hypotenuse. Oh, now it's not working again. Gotta love it when that space jump stops working. And there's an elevator shaft to the next of us, so we can't definitely not go through there. Let's keep going down to an earlier round. And another air chute. At least they are keeping us well fed. Ooh, and there's a part of the map right here that it seems like I didn't explore. Let me try to make my way down there. For some reason, these look bombable. But I guess maybe not. Nothing to see here. Oh, come on. What's over here? Nothing important. So it's almost like I have to get to that lower level first and then go in that direction. Okay, maybe I need to backtrack. Nice, we actually did that in one go. Oh, these spikies. And I don't think we need to... No, it's not through here. Yeah, literally that's not the way to go. Of course, as soon as I touch it. Do these actually die? Doesn't seem like it, I guess. Now, I'm no big city lawyer, but it seems to me that in order to get down here, I need to take this elevator down. No, but if I take the elevator down, it'll actually shoot me all the way down here, which is not what I want to do. I could also just try my luck in this direction and try to see if I can come about this way. Decisions, folks, decisions. Yeah, maybe let's try the point of least resistance first and go this way from here, from where we came. If only if I was a big city lawyer. At least the screw attack does shield me from random attacks. The screw attack keeps me from getting screwed. Oh wow. I just thought that was just a blind leap right there. Yeah, so maybe if I go that direction. There's our door. And the Metroids, of course. This actually does lead us down. Down this passage, which is right above the secret area. I vaguely remember this place. Remember not having too much time to do much of anything. And there's a hole right there. Alright, let me run. Oh, come on. Guess I could only go the other way. Can I go down from here? Oh wait, this is the place. Huh. Was that a great revelation of some sort? Wait, why was that so important then? You know, when you invest time into something, you assume, oh, hey, I've uncovered this great thing, and then you know what? It's like egg on my face, folks. Egg on my face. I love these air holes. Where were these in Deep North Air? Alright, well at the very least we're a little bit closer to our goal. These things don't die yet, huh? So it goes. I do remember this being one of the most annoying rooms in this location simply because of the presence of those spiky shelled guys. That is high quality H2O, like Bobby Boucher would say. Let me see if I procured both of these, or maybe 3 of these right here. Another thing that I guess I have to quote-unquote complain about Super Metroid is that once you've actually collected something, it doesn't actually suggest to you that it is collected, because it doesn't disappear from the map, or it doesn't actually show you any particular, how to say, whatever item is on the map is actually never checked off. Which is a little, those of you who are of the completionist mind understand that we do love our checkboxes. Okay, so whatever that was. Right, and there's the dash right there, which we must have gotten. That's where we would stop. Let's repeat it one more time for good measure. Oh, and there's a save right here, which is probably a save point that I use tons of times. Nice time. And of course this is probably a trap, so let's... Yeah, see, there you go. Super Metroid for you folks. Anything up here though? I think that's a different set of passages. And down we go, of course. So we came from down here. And I remember the number of times that I just used my grapple hook to latch onto those walls and try to climb. And I was always at the mercy of my joystick. That way leads down. Okay, so I think we're in the right area. Let me just check this location. I remember it was full of Metroids. Oh, come on. Yes. Sweet energy. All that you ever wanted me from me was sweet nothings. Oh, hey. Okay, and there must be... I think this is a run block, yes. This is also a run block. Broke through that one. And there we go. This was a boss room or a mini boss room. Okay, and that leads us to the next section of Meridia. I don't really feel like we need to explore that location over there. That's actually where we fought at least one of those bosses. Let's go back. For some reason something told me that I should inspect that. Must be that spider sense, I guess. And let's go back. So then let's make our way to the left and see if we can explore that space. To the left. Everything you own in a box to the left. Gotta tell you, sometimes it's easier to pull it off. I wonder if being underwater is what limits that space jump. Or how forgiving the space jump inputs are. Okay, so this is that room that I mentioned that I know that has stuff that I can't access properly. So that one's to come from that side, which I have already done. But then there's these missiles right here. So it says the speed boost. But how I get a speed boost in a room as narrow as this one? Your guess is as good as mine. See, that doesn't make sense. Okay. What about here? What about here? At least back in the day in the Legend of Zelda 2D games, it was easier to just poke at walls and you would know exactly where hidden passages were. Unfortunately, from her arsenal, Samus is lacking a sword. And that's really the only way that you can actually get that. I wonder if how could I Google this? Meridia. Let me see if I can actually Google an answer. Let's see. Meridia. Super missile. Run blocks. That one missile in Meridia. It's completely enclosed, but underneath there are two vertical pink speed destruction type blocks. I can't figure out how to break through and get the missile. Since the entire shaft is vertical up, there isn't enough horizontal room to charge a jump. You have to charge a shine spark from the room to the right. The one with the super missile gate. Okay, so I think I have to go to the room next door and then jump up from here, this plant right here. Alright, well, let's see what that's like. Open this door, but make sure not to go to this side. Oh, come on, stop wasting stuff. Okay, so right here. Of course. Open the door before you run through it, right? Ah, that was a close one. I'm gonna have to do the whole thing over again. Probably gonna be wasting a lot of super missiles doing this. But I'm sure I'll find an air shaft soon enough. It'll be fine. No, why? How long before I start resorting to save states? And it seems like the suspicious connection was blocked. Thank you, bit defender. Alright, let's try this again. Door again. And you know what? I will be creating a suspend point right here. Why did it just... Maybe I need to do it before I... leave the platform. Nope. Or maybe before I leave the room. Maybe I released the run button too early. I don't know if leaving the room is causing me to lose a spark. Maybe? The place to launch is marked from... Okay. Ah, that's crazy. This is for power players only, so it might be a bit above the skill level of old ales here. See, I don't understand why... I feel like as soon as I drop off from the platform, I lose my shine spark. Maybe I'm supposed to stop right here and then just walk all the way over to this plant and then just do it. Maybe that's what I'll try to do. Oh, come on! That was a close one. Let's try again. And it's like, I think I have to keep running into the room and then go crouch. Okay, I did it once. It can't be impossible. No, I don't get it. Honestly, if we're gonna spend the next half hour doing this, might as well get cozy. Maybe it's because I let go too quickly of the left. Well, that's really at least seemed to keep the spark alive past the door. This is crazy. Let's just try without. See, and that's easy enough when I do it like that. It really is just run and then just crouch. Oh, wow. Look at that. It was because that bug was there too. Come on! Can't believe that all that's stopping me from performing this feat is just this annoying creature. Well, I guess I kind of know how it's done now. Just have to be quick about my down. Oh, and I can actually fire. That seems like a good idea. Then I won't have to worry about the thing at all. Now. Wow, that was painful. That was painful, folks. It has to be pixel perfect too. Here we go. Ah! Okay. That was the highlight of the day. I think we can quit the game now. Ah, jeez. Why did they make that so difficult? Maybe it was just off for this moment. For this moment. Ah, that was ridiculous. All right, I think that's enough backtracking. I think let's go ahead and move forward. I don't think we're gonna find any more energy tanks here. Let's just go ahead and assume that we've done everything. Let's go back to Brinstar through that downshoot. Ah, well, what a pain in the butt. I don't know that those 5 missiles will have made any difference in any upcoming fight. But there's no way to finish that successfully. Alright, and with that excitement out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break here and get something else for to wet the whistle. So I'll be right back in about 5 minutes or so. forecast because we've got a forecast for Doom. Welcome back, everyone, to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. I'm your host, Aelwolf, otherwise known as Ales. The excellence of an execution, the no-throne Cicerone, Mama Ales, baby boy. And welcome to Thursday. Welcome back to Thursday. We've been here for a while. If you've been following along, we've actually been backtracking through some of our favorite areas in Super Metroid. And by favorite, I mean the ones that we hated the most, just to find a few more things before our descent down into what I assume to be the final stages of the game. I'm not sure. This is the first time that I'm running through this game, so anything could be in front of me. But before we go into the final hour of our stream, I did decide to get something else from the old beer fridge at the Ale Den. And this is a Dirty Bastard, which is something that we've had before. What is Dirty Bastard? And that sounds like an awful thing to call anyone, so please don't call anyone a Dirty Bastard. Unless they happen to be born out of wedlock and they happen to be extra grimy, then I guess it's justified, but also don't call them that regardless. This one is from our friends at Founders, and this is a Scotch-style ale. So what is a Scotch-style ale? Well, first of all, it's an ale, which, that's 50% of all beers out there, probably a little bit more. But what is a Scotch-style ale? So you could be talking about two different things. One of them is a Scotch ale, and those are generally known as wee heavies. Those are heavier beers. And this is probably one of those. The other style, which we're not going to discuss, is Scottish ale, which is similar, except that it is lighter in alcohol content. Dirty Bastard just happens to be pretty strong. It is actually where's my percentage here? 8.5%. So anything below 5% is a Scottish ale. This one is it's a wee heavy, and it is a strong malty beer. It actually has a caramel-like color. And caramel is actually the flavor that you're looking for when you're tasting these. There's very little in the sense of hops. It is very alcoholic. And the other thing is that it also has like a slight smoked taste to it. Like not only is it like malty and mapley and has caramel notes, it's got a slight smokiness to it. So it makes it for a delicious concoction, I feel. Let's see what Untapped has to say on the matter. And let's pull it right over here. And let's go to live scene alternate. Okay. And I've had it a number of times, as you can see. And it is a wee heavy. So good it's almost wrong. Dark ruby in color and brewed with 7 varieties of imported malts. Complex in finish with hints of smoke and peat, paired with a malty richness and a right hook of hop power to give it the bad attitude that a beer named Dirty Bastard has to live up to. Ain't for the wee lads. Now that's imperious on its own. So let's go ahead and toss that aside, and let's go ahead and taste what this guy is like. And I really hate it when my Switch decides to just randomly go dark. Like I wish there was an option where the screen would actually stay in color. It's not nice to see that when you're just watching this stuff. Okay. So let me go ahead and open this, and I guess this would be the second bottle that I've opened today, which is, like I said, rare, given that most of the time I'm drinking from cans. Still using our pint glass from our friends at Devil's Canyon. I like to say that all of these breweries are our friends, with the hopes that one day one of them will sponsor us. So look at that, it is quite ruby red. I mean, if you wouldn't have said that, I probably would have called it like a brownish. I guess there is some red in there. In terms of aroma, you can taste that smoky, woody kind of scent to it, but certainly some sweetness to it, like a rich caramel. Bang a nail, dear viewer. And obviously the first thing that pops out to you is kind of just like a very strong, like maple wood type of flavor. It is pretty sweet, but this type of sweetness that you find in honestly maple syrup is kind of just like this roundedness to it. It's not like a sugar type of sweet. There's definitely some roast character to it. Like I said, a lot that was reflected in the in the nose itself is what's reflected in the taste itself. So this is actually quite rich. What's wrong, buddy? Sorry, Churro just keeps walking up and down the staircase. You alright? Alright. But yeah, other things, no real hop character to it, again. Yeah, very, very smooth, save for the, how to put it? The finish is a little bit rough, it's a little rocky, earthy even. But the body itself is actually quite nice. I'd say a 2 out of 5 in terms of body. So very delicious. Maybe like a 2.5. Very delicious. I certainly recommend it. Don't worry about the name. I'm sure we can call it Clean Legitimate Child if we really wanted to, and it'll be just as tasty. So let me take a quick breather here to update my ticker. I don't think we need to go and break, but just bear with me. I've checked this one in several times before, so I don't think I need to compose anything particularly insightful for my untapped entry. Let me just update the ticker and we'll be back in business. This is where Ailes uncomfortably stays quiet as he does some stuff that he would generally do out of camera. And the ticker has been updated. I'm gonna check this one in. No need for anything thoughtful to say, given that I've drank this about 5 different times. Okay, so yeah, Dirty Bastard, a very good time. I like it. But with that, let's go back to our game. Like I said, we're in the middle of Meridia. We're trying to make our way back to Criteria to access the final stages of the game, or at least what I assume to be the final stages of the game. I think we backtracked enough. I'm sure that we missed a few things here and there, but like I said, this is not a 100% completion run. This is just me trying to make my way through my first run of Super Metroid. And you know what, if one day we find the desire to really go back and do 100% of this, potentially do it in a much quicker fashion, sure, we can do that. But that is not how I feel today. And that's our way back to Criteria. I don't want to go back to Norfair because that place is terrible. Probably have to go down, up that shaft. Go up that smooth shaft. For what it's worth, while I disagreed with Meridia most of the time, I did at the very least appreciate the music for it. It's kind of haunting. I don't know that it gives me vibes of like an underwater location or anything like that. You know what? This wasn't even Criteria. You know what? Let me take back that entire thing. No redeeming marks for Criteria. Brinstar is where it's at. But yeah, I will say that as a whole, Super Metroid does have some very haunting tunes, and it is that sense of isolation that plays a big role into it. Really, your companion most of the time is just the music. Oh, come on. Might as well just use this instance to charge up on things. Of course, if they weren't so quick, this would be a lot better. I think I'm good. You know what? I'm good. It looked like there was something there. Okay. Okay. No, very nice, very nice. Clearly what I intended to do all along. And when the space jump works, sorry, the screw attack works, it works beautifully. And when it doesn't work, it screws up royally. You know what, let's just take this route. I'm sure it'll be fine. We're fine, folks. Hopefully you're having a wonderful afternoon yourself. Using the stealthy way through. Nice. Another one of these air chutes. We might be at max super missile, which is nice. Haven't been there in a while. Okay, I think we can just go right. If we can find our way right, we can go back to criteria. Look and you shall find. Oh, come on, why? This always happens. Every time I go through a door, I'm thinking, you know what, this is the best time to just grab a drink and relax. No, that is the worst time. That is always the worst time to grab a drink. Alright, let's keep going. And I think we're... Ooh, very nice. So just super bombs. Look at how clear this path is. And this exact area just reminds me of that first section of Metroid. The original Metroid, that is. And I wonder if it was designed that way purposefully. It's like Nintendo did something purposefully. What are you saying? Are you mad? And like Ed Sheeran, I am on my way. Nothing to see here. Let's move on. Oh geez, like Spider-Man over here. Very few enemies bug me as much as the space pirates. I guess I made a pun there if you assume that the space pirates are essentially bugs. Okay, so we're going up this shaft, and really the location that we are looking for is right here. So not really that far out of the way. I can only imagine how much more calm this stream would have been if I had been playing Radical Dreamers instead. In an alternate reality, I decided to strain my voice and actually play it. But would you be watching? Would you be listening to this? like there's so many opportunities for like large sections of the shaft to be concealing like entrances. So the space pirates tend to be a hardier lot than most enemies. So I can only imagine how much duress I faced when I first traveled through this area. Ooh, hello. Like Val Venus once said, hello. And then he said ladies, but... What? What exactly are we missing here? Do we need to kill every enemy? Is that... I thought we did that though. Maybe it's just like a return trip? That doesn't make sense, right? Oh, and there's also like a secret here. Huh. That's peculiar. So there were 2 doors this entire time. What is this area again called? Okay, so let's see if we can isolate this criteria. Long shaft, locked doors. How do I get here and the lower left door? Oh, so somebody decided to just random. And let me just, I guess my Google search was good enough to find exactly what I'm thinking about, because that's what that webpage looks like. Anyways, let me just go ahead and read that. I'm trying to be rude, but you made 3 posts. Okay. And clearly there's no answer because nobody actually wants to answer this person. You don't go through either, that's why they're gray. Okay, well, maybe those are only return-only doors, as they say. That's fine. That's fine. I will go up to see if there's like a return path somewhere. Oh, hey. Another location that I didn't... Look at that. I like how the response people gave the person that was looking for the answer is, why are you posting here? That's a little bit unpleasant. Come on, guys, let's be nice. Let's Ninja Gaiden this. And actually, the other day I really wanted to play Ninja Gaiden 2. The original Nintendo game. That was actually the only Ninja Gaiden I had for... oh, come on. Is this like a run type situation? I think it's a run type situation. Ooh. Right, okay. Stop being silly, guy. Right. So it was the original Ninja Gaiden game that I played when I was a kid on the Nintendo. Beautiful. And it's one that I've only ever beaten using an emulator. And I vaguely remember that experience, so I always wanted to go back to it. I would probably still beat it using save states, but it would be a lot of fun. It was just like a fun game, honestly. Lots of action, lots of like just ninja moves and things like that. So nothing here really. Nice that we were able to get one more upgrade, and I'm sure this is the way back through what we found over there on that door. Okay, and this is only a one-way sort of thing. So there it is. So then maybe we need to do something very similar for the other door. Maybe that's what that is. Let's try to see if there's any openings. It'll be nice to find a few more upgrades. Probably on this side. This side. Oh, come on. I gotta stop dropping. I'm collecting none of this energy. That's one way to do it, I suppose. In just a second here, folks. Every time I have all of these screens open, it makes it very difficult to know where my mouse is at any given time. So obviously that's where we came from. Or that's the door that we're trying to get to. Does this guy survive the war? This looks good. No. Close but no cigar. How about here? Very interesting. Very interesting that I'm not finding this thing. I wonder if people that didn't have the internet went through this. I guess back in the day, people did have a lot more patience with these games, and so they would just look and see if there was anything anywhere. I'm actually surprised that it's not right here, though. Very surprised. I'm gonna just give everything another quick check, just because I feel like it should have been obvious that there was something here. Oh, come on. Of course I know exactly where I was. Yeah, so just to wrap up the tidbit on Ninja Gaiden 2, um, it is Ninja Gaiden 1 is available on the Switch, but not the second one. I wish the trilogy that was released for the Super Nintendo was available. That one would be a lot of fun to play with the updated Super Nintendo graphics. But I'll take the regular Nintendo one. It'll probably be the sort of situation where I have to use my old Wii U to play it because I know that I downloaded it on it. Or at least I downloaded it on the Wii, which has all my, which were then transported to my Wii U. Just saying those two names in the same set of sentences is difficult. Sentences. Sentience. Seltzer. Okay, so unfortunately, there's no door on the right. I can only assume that maybe if we go here, maybe it'll be like a way back. Maybe that's what we're dealing with here. I'm still enjoying a Dirty Bastard, which is a Scotch-style ale, or a Scotch wee heavy ale. And of course I can't really finish my sentence because there's an enemy slowly moving in my direction. Very delicious beer at 8.5% alcohol by volume. And all our training has led us to this particular point in time. Wait a second, that's not what I was looking for. I don't suppose there's a way to go from there to here. No. It's gotta be a long way through. Save room for our troubles. It's no better to be safe than sorry. Oh, of course. I keep forgetting that these things are not just platforms, that they're actually enemies. Let's go. Anything? Right, so this is the right direction. You know what, let's just run it. Just shoot it, Fox. And I do hope to return to Star Fox 64 one of these days. I really want to get all the medals in every planet. And at least access, what is it, expert mode. It shall be done. It'll probably be the next thing that I add to the bonus round once I'm done with DKC2. Okay, here we are. Alright, this is what we've been waiting for, folks. The 4 statues are gone. Ooh, and the 4 statues are here. But once we go down... If only Adam was here. Alright, what is this place called? Turian. Looks like a small map. Maybe it'll be a simple romp, right? Maybe it'll be like a very short level. Just a couple of enemies. Nothing too crazy. Right. Right. I can only assume that that's the type of lava that will hurt me. So let's not take any chances. Oh, okay. Doesn't seem like it dies. Oh, come on. Not even the screw attack killed it? Seriously? Wow, I don't get it. What am I... Maybe... Is that... What is... I don't get it. Do I have to run in water? What was that, folks? How would I start from that save point where I still had everything on me? I think that's a good idea. Oh, right, I forgot I had reserves. Maybe let's try to smash them with a super missile before they even approach us. And so it is the center of everything. Don't get to hear that tune too often. But I honestly thought the thing about Metroid was that you could just kill them with your ice beam. Is that not what I have? Regular missiles first. Okay. No. It's not. Nothing is working here. What exactly is What? I just roll away, that's... And yet the door is locked. I'm assuming that it means that I have to kill those enemies. Ah, so there's the trick. Come on, could you have made that a little less cryptic? And these things just are going to continue shooting fire at me if I don't dodge them. It's almost like a boss room, honestly. Oh, I gotta stop doing that. I wish that the shot and the missiles button were completely different. Because of wow, this is ridiculous. What is happening here, dude? Oh man, what a waste of resources. But I think that's all of them in this room. Seriously, that was essentially like a low-key boss battle. Okay, now doors open, great. Oh, huh. I don't know if I get any more energy. Okay. That is madness. Good thing I've got a lot of missiles on me. Jeez, is every room going to be the same? Of course. There's no place in this location that I can get away from these red fire-spitting nonsenses. They don't even really give you energy. Oh no. I guess we're gonna keep with this motif for the duration of this level, aren't we? I don't know that you would call it a motif, maybe more like a conceit. Beautiful angle. Okay. Might as well just shoot ahead. Okay. And now we're safe, right? Right. Oh, come on. Two of them? I don't know what happened there, but at least it seems like my game froze for a second. I'll take it. Why can't I kill these things? Like, could I just super bomb these things out of existence? No, of course not. It's never that easy. Life is rarely that easy. Okay. My kingdom for a quick way to switch back between gun and missile. Alright, I'm going to pause right here. That was madness. That was not Sparta. Let's try at least make it just a bit further in. See what the lights there are ahead in Turian. I can't imagine that the last level of Super Metroid is this chaotic. Honestly, I was feeling like not necessarily a smooth experience. Like I knew that it was going to be like an enemy packed location. I just didn't want like random madness attacking me. What? Seriously? Oh, I see. So there, you can't actually kill them. Great. Okay. You know what? I guess we can't even go back. The game is starting to mess with my expectations, and not in a positive way. Ooh, everything is just being deleted, I guess. Okay, come on. Okay. Not what I thought was up ahead. Don't tell me. Is this expected? I thought I just died for no reason. Was he gonna let me go? Am I safe? Huh. Well, the thing had me. I don't know why it decided to let me live. I didn't even get to use my reserve tanks. Guess let's follow. Is it because I'm looking for, because I have the baby, I'm looking for the baby or whatever? The baby is everything. But I have wasted so much ammo and energy on fighting in this location. It's quite challenging. Okay, nice. Give me all the things, please. Missile reload. Good. Wow, this is the best room ever. Kind of like the best week ever, but room. And let's hold that in place simply because it gives us warm and fuzzy feelings thinking about this room. I don't know that we've ever seen a twofer, but stranger things have happened. Okay, let's check out that room. Seems like it's a simple missile door. And I was just about to shoot. But like I said, I'm very perplexed by why that thing didn't kill me, that giant Metroid. Yo. There seems to be a save room somewhere up here, down here. It might just be accomplished by me killing this thing. I guess that's all I needed. And we're back with these red chumps. You know what? This might be a good place to end things. I'm gonna go back, get my missiles restored, and we'll save right here. Since we don't have to deal with this creepy door anymore. But I think we've made some good progress here, folks. We were able to get a couple of good upgrades that we had missed our first time around. And we started our way through Taurine. No, it's not. Taurus? Taurian. And what was I gonna say? Challenging thus far. I don't think that Super Metroid ever puts you in a place where you are actually overpowered. I think it always puts you in a place where you're slightly underpowered. And of course the challenge is getting through the new challenge, even though you feel mighty by having new techniques and new equipment available to you. It'll always just put you in that location where actually you're not overpowered. This is what this playthrough has taught me. And even though we saved, of course, because we are safe gamers, we're going to create a suspend point anyways. Alright. But I think that is it for that. Let's go back to our untap. Really like Fresh for that reason. It kind of just helps us reminisce. So thank you everyone for tuning into the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. I hope you enjoyed your time here. Like I said, it was a fun round through Super Metroid. And for the next Retro Rathskeller, I should be good to do Radical Dreamers. As you might recall, all I'm doing in that game at this point is trying to collect the last few alternate endings for that campaign. And then we'll have to pick a new retro game, so your guess is as good as mine as to what that's gonna be. But if you're inclined into this sort of chatter, into this sort of failure, I suggest you tune in tonight. I'll be streaming closer to 12 Pacific Standard Time. I've got Travis Strikes Again to continue. I think in the final level of that game as well, so it should be a fun time. And then if that doesn't really call out to you, I will be playing Soul Calibur 6 tomorrow around midnight Pacific Standard Time, and that's for our bar fight corner. I'm not a great fighting game player, but you know what? I still love them. That's just how it goes. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. Hope to catch you again. And as I like to always say, stay thirsty, Ale Pack. We'll see you again.